can't believe I'm only just finding out about this. This app has completely transformed the way I look at my budget and the way I track my finances.
These are the 3 best savings accounts inside the United States with the highest return on your money for just holding it inside a savings account.
Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person.
No, coming in at number 5 is mastering high yield savings account.
50% of your income should go towards your needs, 30% of your income towards your wants, 20% of your income towards investing and saving.
Are you still living paycheck to paycheck in 2025? Because inflation's up, rent is high, and your money is disappearing faster than a free trial? Well, let's fix it, guys, because in this video, I'll be going over 7 steps that a lot of people are using to either build wealth or get out of debt. This video is going to be a good one, so please stick around and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, guys. My name is Andre, and as usual, if you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing, and while you're at it, just go ahead, smash that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. Also, remember to hit that post notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Now, guys, without further delay, let's jump right into it. Now, coming in at number 1, guys, is automate everything. But before I deep dive into it, let's take a look.
The budget that I personally follow is an automation budget, meaning that all of the aspects of my finances are just automated so that the money goes where it needs to go. So today I want to make a video talking about all the aspects of your money that you can automate that will make your life so much easier, especially if you're neurodivergent. Number 1 is your monthly bills and expenses. So yes, try and automate all of your subscriptions, utilities, phone bill, any sort of bills that you have to pay every month. This way, you're not at risk for having any late or missed payments. And then also, you don't have to worry about them as much, and they're just coming out. Obviously, make sure that you have enough money in your bank account to be able to do this. Number 2 is your minimum debt payments and any additional debt payments. So basically your minimum payments for any debt that you owe every single month. And then as well, if you're making any additional fixed payments, you want to automate those as well. So you're basically ensuring that every month, X amount of dollars is going towards paying off your debt. Number 3 is your savings contribution. So however much you're putting into savings for your emergency fund, any short-term savings, basically any goal you're saving for in the next 5 years, you want to automate those contributions. And this money should be going into a high yield savings account. And number 4 is your investment contributions. And I've listed out some examples of Canadian and American accounts that you might have and you might be putting money towards, and as well as any additional retirement funds that you might have. You want to automate all of these so you're making sure that you're reaching that goal every month.
Oh, this is a great one. And I definitely use this one a lot. I automate almost everything. Any and everything that could be automated, I definitely go ahead and automate that. When it comes to taking out my 401k, when it comes to contributing to my Roth IRA, when it comes to just paying anything, guys, please put this in automation, because what this will do, it will save you from not paying stuff. It will save you from late payment. But hold on, because if you do not have money in your account, guys, please believe me that you will get hit with bank charges. You don't want to do that. This is not the time where you fool around and automate things and there's no money in your account. So please make sure you have money in your account that will cover your bills. So for example, your cable bill, your phone bill, all these stuff should be on automation, guys. You shouldn't have to think about, oh, it's the 15th, let me pay the cable bill, or oh, it's the 5th, let me go ahead and pay this. When you put these things on automation, guys, it's much easier, because once you start adding things to it, you will definitely start feeling it. So again, automating things will definitely help you, especially when it comes to being on time every single month. So automation coming in at number 1. Coming in at number 2 is the 50-30-20 rule. Now, I know many of you have never heard of that rule, and also I know a lot of you have heard of this rule. Now, for those of you that have been using this rule or know about this rule, please let me know how it's been working for you. But without further delay, let's jump into it.
So this is my 50-30-20 breakdown. My monthly income is $3,826, and that is a fixed income. I don't make any more or less than this. So the 50-30-20 rule has been around for a long time. What it means is that 50% of your income should go towards your needs, 30% of your income towards your wants, 20% of your income towards investing and saving. So let's start with my needs. This is my half of the rent. I spend $20 on laundry every single month. This is my Evergy bill, but it usually varies between $75 and $92. So I just put 80. For T-Mobile, I spent $157.28. Gas per month is around $67. That's what it was for the past 2 months, so that's why I put that there. The groceries cash limit is $360, so that's why I put that there. I usually spend a little bit less than this. To keep it simple, that's how much I put. So all of this added together is $1,084.28. So let's go down to wants. My wants, I only have Netflix. I don't have Hulu, Amazon Prime, all that stuff. I just have Netflix. The Apple subscription is my music. Chegg is for school. iCloud is for iCloud. My dining out cash limit is $200. And the reason why that's a little bit high is because me and my boyfriend go out on the weekends. That's like our quality time. So that's why it's $100 every 2 weeks, $200 a month. Miscellaneous, it's stuff like pens, Sharpies, sticky notes, cleaning supplies, stuff like that. So for a whole month, my cash limit is $220. So all of that combined is $454. Keep in mind that wants may fluctuate, especially with me, because sometimes I travel a lot more than I do one month than I do another month. For example, I'm going to be traveling a lot more these next couple months than I have been in the past few months. That number is obviously going to go up. I'm still very mindful about what I'm spending, and I always budget when I'm traveling. So moving on to investing, I invest $500 a month. I invest $300 at the beginning of the month, $200 at the end of the month. And then for my cash savings box, I have $200 every single month saved for that. So what I did to get my bank account savings, I added this number, added this number, added this number, added this number, and subtracted it by this number. And that's how much I leave in my bank account. And this also varies, keep that in mind. And I just realized I forgot to do the total, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so the total is $2,286.80. That's my monthly breakdown. Let's break down the 50-30-20. I already did the calculations in advance. If I spent 50% on my needs, I would be spending $1,913. My actual spend is $1,084.28. If I were to spend 30% on my wants, I would be spending $1,147.80 on wants, but I spend a total of $454.92. Keep in mind that varies, like I said, it fluctuates depending on the month and how much I travel. This is normally around the amount that I spend. If I invested and saved 20%, that would be $765.20 of my overall check. So what I really spend is I spend 28.34% of my entire check on my needs. I spend 11.89% of my check on my wants. Then I invest and save 59.76% for my future self. The reason why I included these numbers is because these are what it would be if I followed that, but my bills aren't super high for what I make, and I limit my wants so that I can invest and save more. So although the 50-30-20 rule is great, especially for people starting to budget, I've definitely tailored up my wants so that I can improve with my investing and saving. And that's my 50-30-20 breakdown.
Great. This is a great breakdown of the 50-20-30, guys. A great breakdown. But let me just go through some quick things while we're at it. In her case, she could tell you even what percent of her money is going towards wants. She could even tell you what percent of her money is going towards needs. And she could tell you what percent of her money is going towards investing. A lot of people don't even know what percent of their money is going towards their motor vehicle. A lot of people don't even know what percent of their money is going towards housing. Now, for me, I bend the rules a little bit and I push it a little harder. I'm a 50-10-40. 50% on needs, 10% on wants, and 40% on investing. And every month, I really try to break that 50%. I try to live off 30% of my income. 30%. Yeah, you heard me right. 30% of my income. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the 40% that I'm putting towards investment is going to speed it up. Not because I want to speed it up, but because I'm at that age where I have to speed it up. But if you're in your 30s, doing a 50-30-20 rule, it's going to take you forever to invest in your future self. So guys, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 50s, you might want to try what I'm trying by doing a 50-10-40 rule. And then you go back and you try to lower that 50 to a 40, maybe a 30, and put that on your investments. So there you have it, guys. Coming in at number 2 is the 50-30-20 rule. Please try it. Let me know what you think about it. Now, coming in at number 3 is getting a money tracking app. Now, this app will allow you to see where you're spending, how you're spending, when you're spending, how much you're actually spending. But as usual, let's take a look.
I can't believe I'm only just finding out about this. This app has completely transformed the way I look at my budget and the way I track my finances. So people always say to create a monthly budget, you need to know how much on average you spend on different categories. But how do you do that without taking a lot of time going through your banking apps, making an Excel spreadsheet? All of that process is very time consuming. But what if there was an app that you could download that would just tell you everything instantly? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about today. There's this app called Snoop, and it's like a spending insights tool or budget tracking tool. And it tells you how much you've spent on certain categories in a year, and then it will give you the average amount that you spend in a month, the average amount you spend in a week and day. This is really important because when you're making a budget, you want it to be as realistic as possible. You don't want it to be too ambitious on what you'd like to be spending. It should be fairly realistic to what you actually spend in that month. The reason why this app is so good is because you can link all your different accounts. So I've got Chase and NatWest, and it's really annoying to have to go on each app and like look at these spending insights on each one. It's actually much better to have like a centralized place where all of the information is there. So what's crazy is when you first join the app, it gives you like a quiz and it asks you how much do you think you spend on going to the gym, and you answer it and you could actually be completely wrong. For example, I thought I'd spent way less. Similarly, I checked on how much I'd been eating out, and in the last year I've spent £650, which is more than I thought because I actually don't eat out that often, but about £91 a month or £21 a week, which isn't too bad, but it's something that I can keep an eye on now. So on this app, you can do pretty much anything. You can check your credit score. The app will also suggest if you're overspending on certain areas, like your phone bill, and might suggest different providers that you could use. Even things I don't think about, like going to the cinema. I usually go to Curzon because they've got an under 25s membership. So I usually only pay like £11 to £6 to go to the cinema, but I've spent £100 this year. So it makes me think, okay, maybe there's like a subscription that I can do instead. Because then if I'm spending £100, then I may as well see if there's a yearly membership that I can join. So overall, I think this app is really, really helpful if you want to get more into controlling your finances and budgeting. If you do end up trying the app, let me know if there's any categories that surprise you. I know that I was certainly surprised by my spending over the last year.
You know, a lot of people have TikTok, they have Instagram, they have X, they have all these different social media platforms. And a lot of people don't even have an app that tells them when they're spending, how they're spending, if they're even overspending, how much they're making. Nothing to do with their finance, guys. But you have 7 social media platforms. 7. Not even one that will tell you how much you're actually spending. But hold on, let me go ahead and tell you this, because if you're not paying attention to what's coming in, I guarantee you're not paying attention to what's leaving. And the leaving is the most important part, guys, because you spend so much time working, you spend so much time trying to make the money, but you're not paying attention to where it's going. You're not paying attention to where it's going. You don't even know if you're overspending in one area. You don't know if you're spending too much on eating out. You don't know if you're spending too much on entertainment. You don't know if you have no idea what you're spending on. And that's the reason why a lot of people are finding it hard, because they see that they're making the money. And they'll tell it to you on TikTok. They'll tell it to you in these videos. They say, I'm making as much money as I've ever made before. But what they're not telling you is that they just don't know where it's going, because they don't know how it's leaving. So you definitely have to keep a track of your money, guys. Have to. Must. So coming in at number 4 is canceling silent subscription. And these are not the ones that you have to use every month. These are the ones that you're not even paying attention to. The ones that you don't even remember. So let's take a look.
This is your reminder to cancel your subscriptions. You are probably paying for something that you don't know you're paying for. Check your budget and make sure you're not paying for something stupid. I found out that I was paying for a calculator. Since July of 2022, $5 a month. Slipped past me. $100 just flown away for this calculator I never used, maybe used once. Dumb.
I am guilty of that. Everything goes hand in hand, because if I was really paying attention to the app, I would have noticed that a $7 was coming out for something that I've only tried once. So guys, it's the silent one. It's the ones that you're actually not seeing. But let's take a look at this one.
Government says it's going to make it easier for you to cancel those costly subscriptions. A new click-to-cancel rule will force companies to make stopping a subscription as easy as it is to sign up.
The FTC says complaints have been steadily rising over the past few years, so it's putting businesses on notice, forcing them to cut out what they call the tricks and traps when it comes to ending a subscription. Whether you're talking about a streaming service or a meal kit plan or even a gym membership, you name it, this is going to be covered. Now, under this new click-to-cancel rule, canceling must be quick and easy. So, if you signed up online, there needs to be a click-to-cancel option. So if you signed up in person, the FTC will require the option to cancel over the phone or online. Now, the FTC also says companies must make information easy to find before obtaining your billing information, and consumers must be informed of what they're agreeing to before signing up. Plus, these businesses, these sellers and brands must get consumers specific permission to be automatically charged for a product or service. So that means companies, they cannot take a customer's lack of action, say you just let it keep going, as an agreement to continue with a subscription and payment. And the FTC says this rule will take at least 6 months to go into effect.
It's just so many things that will play a part to you not remembering that you signed up for something. And again, guys, just take a look at your subscription. Go ahead and cancel those out, because those little $100, $200, or even $50, they do add up. They do count. You know, when you take a look at how much used in subscription that you could have actually invested at 4 or 5%, or even at 10, 15%, it will make a big difference. Coming in at number 5 is mastering high yield savings account. Guys, banks are paying again. Online banks are paying. Now, by putting your emergency fund or money that you're putting aside that is liquid, easy to use, into a high yield savings account is a great way of going, guys, because you're looking at 4 to 5% annually on that money. So let's take a look at high yield savings account.
These are the 3 best savings accounts inside the United States with the highest return on your money for just holding it inside a savings account. Traditional banks are getting absolutely wrecked. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citi have some of the worst returns when you just hold your money inside a savings account. This new generation of online banking is becoming extremely popular because they don't have to have a brick and mortar on every single corner. So instead of paying money for the real estate on every single corner, they're giving it back to the people in the form of higher interest rates. So yes, inflation's killing us, but the nice thing is you can actually get 4 or 5% on your money for just holding it inside a savings account if you choose the right bank. For reference, Bank of America's savings account interest rate right now that they will pay you is 0.01%. Coming in at number 3 is CIT Bank. They have been around for years. They are a phenomenal bank, and they are offering 5.05% return on your money to hold it inside of a savings account. Coming in at number 2 is Ponce Bank, coming in at 5.15% if you hold money inside their savings account. Ponce has no monthly fees, has 24/7 access to your money, and only requires $1 to open it up. And the number 1 spot goes to Pacific Western Bank, giving you 5.25% on your money. Pacific Western Bank has been around for years. They are a phenomenal bank, receiving multiple awards. They have no monthly fees, and they only cost $1 to open. If you're looking for more advice on how to grow your net worth, follow me.
Now, that is great news. And as I said before, you don't want to put your emergency fund, you want to put any liquid cash that you might need quickly into a high yield savings account. Online banks are giving some real good returns, so you might want to check that out. So that is your number 5, and that is mastering your high yield savings account. Now, coming in at number 6 is investing early. And guys, I must tell you that this is where I really get excited. But before I dive into it, let's take a look.
Here's how much you would need to invest to get to $1 million by 60 by age. At 20 years old, you would need to invest just $37 per week. At 25 years old, you would need to invest $62 per week. At 30, you would need around $105 per week. 35 years old, you would need $180 per week. At 40 years old, you would need to invest around $305 per week. 45 years old, you would need to invest around $600 per week. At 50 years old, you would need to invest around $1,200 per week to get to $1 million by 60. This is the power that compound interest gives you when you start early, and why you don't need much money to start investing.
See what I'm talking about? No, you see what I'm talking about? When you start investing early, you could invest as little as $30 a week. Now, if you're 50 years old, $30 a week will definitely not work. I'm sorry. If you're 55-year-old, please do not try to invest $37 a week. It makes no sense. But I must say that if you're in your 20s right now, guys, and you're watching this video, please start investing. It doesn't matter how much you're investing because, again, time is on your side. Compound interest will love you, or you will love compound interest. Imagine your parents started to invest for you. Your parents started to invest for you when you were just 10. Maybe you were just 9. How about if they started to invest for you at age 7? Sky would be the limit for you. Sky would be the limit for you. And your parents would do that through a custodial account. And I've made videos talking about custodial account. Guys, you could simply Google what's a custodial account or how to set up a custodial account. It is that easy. You would find it so easy to get to $1 million than if you're 45 and trying to get to $1 million. So please pay close attention to starting to invest early. Please. Coming in at number 7, which I personally think is the most important one on this list, is stop flexing and start stocking. Let me say that again. Stop the flexing, guys, and start stocking your cash. But let's take a look.
Stop acting rich. Quit acting like you're something you're not. You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle. Stop it. Your foundational stuff is to at least get rid of your debt, not counting your home, and at least get you a rainy day fund. It's time to lay these basic steps out and lay into them and say, that's it. I'm tired of being broke. I worked too stinking hard to be this broke. I put up with too much crap to be this broke.
Amazing. And it's things like these that a lot of people don't understand. But let's take a look at another video.
Stop trying to look rich while being broke, please. You're out here in designer with $45 in your account. No, please. DoorDash every day with no savings? No, you gotta do better. It's not giving financial stability. It's giving delusional at this point. Being quiet about your glow up is free, but looking rich is not. Pick your poison. So be honest, have you ever tried to flex when your account said sit down? Because I know some of you will comment below.
And this is where a lot of people's money are going. You know, you want to do the trips. You want to be seen. You want to wear the nice things. You want to live in a nice house. You want to drive the nice cars. But you never stop to figure out what you're giving up in order to be seen. You're not stopping to see what you're giving up just for a like, just for a view. No, when you take a look at it, guys, this is why I saved number 6 and number 7 for the last one. No, when you could get number 1 wrong, number 1 to number 5 wrong, you cannot get number 6 and number 7 wrong, guys. You have to start investing early. And definitely, you cannot be impressing people. Most people that you're trying to impress are broke. So again, guys, it's not about that $2,000 belt. It's not about that vacation. It's never about your car. Absolutely has nothing to do with where you live. It's all about what you're putting aside, how much you actually have, how you'll be able to make money without even working. No, and I know a lot of people can't even fathom in their head that they could make money without even working. Guys, investing is very easy. It's just an app away. Whether it's a Moomoo app or it's a Fidelity app, guys. $5, $20, $100. Maybe you didn't get to go on that trip. And now you're going to take that trip money and you're going to invest it. Just start. Just start. And again, guys, a lot of people are using these 7 steps to ensure that they either get out of debt, or they're on their way to financial freedom, or they're getting richer. Now again, you could use it because I'm using it. Let me know what you think about these 7 steps in the comment section, and I will definitely communicate with you. Now, once again, we have come to the end of another great video. Now, if you found value in this video, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. Or better yet, if you know someone that might find value in this video, please go ahead and share. But you know you can get all the information from this one video. So please go ahead and click on one of these right here. Now, you'll have access to the financial market, financial news, current affairs, and definitely my journey towards financial freedom. As usual, guys, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.